right, man. Salute everybody tapping on in. I want to talk about Shea. I want to talk about Shea this morning. The guy doesn't get enough credit, man. Um, I believe he's going to pass a lot more people on that all-time great list if he does this again this year, which is, win another championship, and especially if he adds an MVP onto it. The guy's phenomenal, bro. I'm just going back looking at his resume to just the last 3 years, bro. Absolutely phenomenal, man. Phenomenal career so far, man. Um, and you could just see the growth. And, you know, the youngest team in the NBA, they win the championship, bro. Close the deal. Um, that guy, man, they're only going to grow from that experience, man. I'm just thinking, you know, bro, Shea is virtually unguardable. I know a lot of people try to say, oh, he's a free throw merchant, this, that, and the third. Shea led the league in scoring without free throws. See, that's the part a lot of people won't tell y'all. Shea led the league in scoring without free throws. This guy is the real deal. He is the real deal, Holyfield. And I watch Shea, and it's his demeanor, his approach to the game. He doesn't really have to say much, but you don't feel scandal around a guy like that. He's not trying to miss games. He's out here playing games. I like the dude, man. I think he's a great representation, except for, just a little funny dance and stuff. But, other than that, man, bro, the guy's a baller, man. I mean, if you look at his resume, bro, the dude's been top 5 MVP vote in the last 3 years. He was 5, 2, and then 1, and should have won it the year that Jokic won it before last year. He should have won the last 2 years. He should have won the MVP. He should have been 2-time MVP, going for 3. This is just the facts. He's going to be top 5 MVP voting again this year, which is insane. And he's going to be up there to lead the league in scoring again this year. I mean, this dude is a force to be reckoned with. He is a force to be reckoned with. And I know he's in a small market. He's not going to get that much publicity being in a small market, but I believe he deserves it. And I think that he wins another championship this year, especially if he adds another MVP onto it. Let's say he leads the league in scoring, bro. He's going to pass a lot more people at all time. And I'm talking about getting up there. I'm talking about getting up because he's going to be doing stuff that other cats hadn't done that's up there. All those 2-time champions that have won a couple MVPs and stuff like that. Shea is going to be contending against them. Because if you remember, a lot of those guys, they played with star-studded teams. Shea had a third-year guy who made the All-Star team in Jay Williams, right? And you look at this, man, and I just say to y'all again, man, the dude is a beast. You know what I mean? And I'm just talking basketball, just watching this guy play. I mean, bro, and his style leads to winning. They have a great team. They have great team chemistry. Guys that come together on their team. They got good rim protection. They move the ball. They defend as a team. They got very, very good coaching. They all locked in. They're a team that needs to be taken serious. I've seen people saying, oh, I ain't going to do it again. Man, that team got discipline, bro. The way them dudes play, the way them dudes is on a string, the way them dudes are lined up, and they young, they got a lot of discipline, man. You know what I mean? And they got a lot of hungry guys, point blank period. They got a lot of hungry guys on that squad that are young. And that's the thing. When you young like that, man, and you still got a lot of time, I mean, bro, this is the thing. The off season being shorter for them won't kill them because they're younger. They have faster recovery times. You know what I mean? Than if you were veteran, older teams that have been through those long runs year after year after year after year. Remember, Shea's team, they getting right to it with this championship smoke. And I expect them to be in the mix once again this next year coming up. I don't see nobody that's head and shoulders that have showed me that they have went past them. Now, it's not even going to be a cakewalk again, but right now, as I see it, in the West, they still edge everybody out. They still edge everybody out in the West, going right to the finals, you know? And then to the East, you got to want to see how the East lands out, but they're going to have a great chance to win the championship. They get back to the finals again. Simple as that. I mean, if you look at the teams in the West and you line them up against OKC right now, you're not picking none of those other teams right now outright just to beat OKC. I'm not picking Houston outright to beat OKC. I'm not picking the Warriors outright to beat OKC. I'm talking about how they are right now. I'm just not. I'm not picking Minnesota. I'm not picking the Clippers. I'm not picking the Lakers. I'm not any of those teams. Point blank, period. You understand what I'm saying? And so, I just, like I said, and I'm going to say it to y'all again. Well, I don't see any of those teams head and shoulders better than the OKC Thunder. I just don't see it. You got to show it to me. They have to prove to the Denver Nuggets. They already beat Denver in a 7-game series. And you got to remember, this team is going to win a lot of games during the regular season. They got a young team. They're going to probably have home court again. And if they get home court again, it's going to be hard to beat that team 4 times in a 7-game series, especially now that they got that experience, man. And I'm thinking about it, people underestimating this team. And, you looking at this thing, you're like, man, bro, they're underestimating this team right here, bro. Like, wow, underestimating this team. And that's the crazy part. Like, you don't underestimate a team that just went and won a championship and went through the West. I don't do that. Don't do that, man. And so I think that the fact that, people have continued to sleep on this team, they haven't really got their props. Shea hasn't gotten the props he's deserved for what he's done, throughout his career so far. And in the season he had last year, nobody ever did that. Nobody ever did what Shea did last year in NBA history. You know what I mean? And so when you think about these things and these things add up, man, it gets real, bro. We talking legendary status when you start doing things that nobody's ever done. And these are big, 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 big achievements. All right. So I think that when I look at the picture of the National Basketball Association and I look going through that West, I don't see nobody that definitively we can say, hey, man, they're going to take these dudes out in a 7-game series right now. I'll have to see the season and see that OKC has completely changed as a team, changed their morals, changed everything. I'll have to see that the championship has completely changed them, which I just don't see with their demeanor. Them guys don't have that type of demeanor. Caruso and them dudes going to play hard regardless. You know what I'm saying? Them guys are all going to play hard regardless. What's the other boy's name that played in the G League? The guard who plays defense, Lou Dort. Them dudes going to play hard regardless on a game-to-game basis. They're not letting up. They're not letting off these people. Jay Williams, Shea. Man, dudes all come to play hard, man. So if they stick to their fundamentals and just continue to do what they do, they're younger, they're faster, they're better. Their defense is better. They're in the passing lanes. They're quick. You know what I mean? They're pushing the tempo. They're able to score. As I said before, man, they're able to defend. Again, I just don't see it, man. And, I think that they should have picked up another big for when they go to the playoffs again. But again, when you look at that situation with the OKC Thunder, man, that's a special, special, special group. That's a special group, bro. They got great chemistry over there, bro. And I'm happy to see that team do what they're doing because it's changed the narrative of the National Basketball Association. You know what I mean? You can have a team like that that's really that good and really competitive. And we watch that team grow in front of our own eyes. You know what I'm saying? I love that right there. I think that is what the league needs more of, is that type of story right there, that type of stuff where people can really just sit back and say, you know what, man, this is the type of team I can get behind. I can respect this type of team. I think that's very important. I think that's very important. When you look at it in the grand scheme of things, very important. And so, like I said before, I got the OKC Thunder coming out the West again until otherwise. No, unless I see something this season that just make me say, hey, man, they can't do that. Big E, salute to you in Compton, homie. Much love. Until I see that, like I said before, I'm sorry, man. Somebody going to show me that West. I'm looking. They're going to show me, dog. They're going to show me they can overtake this team, man. Now they got the confidence to go along with, you know what I'm saying, the youth. Now they have the know-how. They've been in these situations. They was in 7 games in the NBA Finals, and they prevailed. This team understands what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so when you go through that, and especially it wasn't easy, they had to really grind it out and win. You know what I'm saying? It makes you better. Not only individually but as a team. And I just think that the OKC Thunder are ready for this, man. And so again, like I said before, I just think they're too young and too good, man. That's how I feel, bro. And I think that if you really watch basketball and you watch that team and watch how they play, especially on defense and them passing lanes, bro, they will force you to turn that ball over. And then they got 2 guys that get in that lane. Actually, they got 3 or 4 guys that are getting that lane and make you turn it over. And I'm talking about SGA. I'm talking about Lou Dort. I'm talking about Caruso. And I'm talking about Jay Williams. These dudes get in that passing lane, bro, and they will make you turn that ball over. And them turnovers turn the points for them. They got their long arms. Guys like Shea and them, long arms, quick hands, quick feet, bro. And they have great defensive principles if you watch them. You know what I mean? And so I'm telling y'all this. That team, bro, man, bro. They really built it good. And all they got to do is keep adding around the edges. That's it. Bringing in the right type of guys that just fit into their mindset, bro. No egos and stuff like that. Nobody questioning who is this guy and are you this guy, are you that guy? None of that. Everybody just out here getting it done, man. You got to really respect how their approach is, And so it's something serious, man. It's going to be a thing to be watched and to behold, to watch this team this year. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. It is what it is. So most definitely, you guys all, y'all let me know what y'all feeling, man. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.